What's going on, family? ESPN, Riddick, warned the NFL about Shedeur Sanders. Oh yeah, he warned the NFL about Shedeur Sanders during the draft. Riddick is on record of saying these words right here. If Shedeur Sanders ends up having a Drew Brees or a Tom Brady type career, the NFL going to have to do some soul searching because Shedeur Sanders is capable of having that type of career. He's one of the best pocket passers that was in this draft. He was one or two. He was one or the second best quarterback in this past NFL draft. We heard him. We heard him on ESPN. We heard Mel Kiper saying that Shedeur Sanders is the best quarterback in the league in this draft. And Riddick went out here and said those words. Wow. Matter of fact, you ain't got to listen to me. I'm going to play the video right here. You hear the words from Riddick, ESPN analyst.
Quarterback, if you pass on him and he winds up having a Drew Brees type of career, a Tom Brady type of career, which he's totally capable of, you're going to sit back and there's going to be a lot of revisionist history on you. I get that. There's going to be a lot of case studies done on why did people pass on him? Was it because they thought he was cocky? Was it because of his dad? Was it because he was too trash? All the other nonsense that you hear. So it isn't because of how he plays the game. I agree with you. It's not how he plays the game.
ESPN Riddick is on record right there. You just heard him? Riddick is a former NFL player. He played with Coach Prime at the Washington Redskins back in the early, I'm going to say the late 90s or the early 2000s. Yes, he did. It was good. Matter of fact, Riddick really should be a GM. He just should, to me. He's a former director of player personnel in the NFL, and he should be a GM for somebody franchise. He really does. He knows football. But check this out anyway. When you look at Shedeur Sanders at Cleveland, he's in a quarterback competition with a loaded quarterback room. Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel. I get that, right? He got to work his way up the ladder because Shedeur is a 5th round draft pick, according to the Cleveland Browns. But we know his talent do not display that. His talent displays that he's a 1st round draft pick. 1st round draft pick. His pocket presence. His pocket presence is elite. Elite. His paws in the pocket is elite. Elite. When you look at Shedeur Sanders, he always step up in that pocket. He ain't running. He ain't dodging no smoke. He want it all. And his ball placement. You done heard several analysts on podcasts, on TV, saying about Shedeur pocket presence and his ball placement is elite. I'm just trying to tell y'all right now. Shedeur Sanders is a franchise quarterback, and I have no shot of a doubt that he's going to win this quarterback competition that he's in. Because when you look at Joe Flacco, I get that. I'm not going to disrespect him or nothing like that from his career that he done had. He done had a pretty good career. I understand he was a quarterback for a Super Bowl winning team with the Baltimore Ravens back in 2012 with Ed Reed and Ray Lewis. They had a dynamite, a lockdown, a stud defense. Now I get that. But you got to remember that was 2012. It's 2025. Joe Flacco is 41 years old. 41. I hear everybody saying that Joe Flacco looked good in OTAs, throwing the ball. The question is, can he take a hit? Shedeur Sanders done proved me he can take a hit. At Colorado, he was a tough son of a gun. You hear me? With the offensive line that he done played with. If you give Shedeur Sanders a good offensive line, it ain't got to be the greatest offensive line. Just a good NFL offensive line. Shedeur Sanders is going to pick you apart. And when you look at the roster for Cleveland, they have a decent roster. 2 tight ends. 2 tight ends. 1 wide receiver. Jerry Jeudy. Baller. Shot caller. Elite. Only thing that the Cleveland Browns is missing is a quarterback. But they got one on their roster, and that's Shedeur Sanders. Also, on their defensive side, they drafted Mason Graham, a defensive tackle from Michigan. They also drafted a running back, Jenkins, from Ohio State. They drafted 2 running backs, but Jenkins of Ohio State, straight dog. Dog. Only thing this team missing is Shedeur Sanders. If Shedeur Sanders is quarterback 1 game 1, which he will be, oh, we want all the smoke. We coming for Cincinnati. Cleveland do not have a bad roster. They just don't. When you look at the totality of their roster, they don't. And check this out. Louis Riddick also went and said these words right here. I'm going to put the flyer up so you can see it. If this is an organic competition with a level playing field, then Shedeur can be your week 1 starter. No question about it. Louis Riddick on Shedeur Sanders and the Browns quarterback situation. I'm just trying to tell you. He's saying the same thing I say. No way Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel is better than Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders is the best quarterback in his quarterback room, and he is a franchise quarterback. Once again, you're watching Sports Talk with B. Watts. I'm your host, Bernard Watts. The only thing I ask that you do, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you don't mind, hit that notification bell. It'll let you know whenever I go live or drop a video. And also, if you'd like to support the broadcast through Cash App, Super Chat, or you can just join the membership, I would highly appreciate it if you do that. Once again, Sports Talk with B. Watts. I always come live every night during the week at 8 p.m. Eastern Time and during the weekends at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. But on Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Tune into our live show. I'm telling you, we have a lot of fun and we have a good show. Once again, you're watching Sports Talk with B. Watts. Peace. Dog Pound. Shedeur Sanders. QB1. Scope Plus. Hey, watching Sports Talk with B. Watts. I'm your boy Bernard Watts, live right here in Boulder, Colorado. Getting ready to watch Coach Prime in the Colorado Buffaloes. Yeah, let's go Buff.
Wizard.